Hey, everybody, and welcome back to Unadulterated You. I'm Bianca, and this is my partner.
Teddy, what's going on, everybody?
Yes, we're glad to be back with you guys again. And today, we're just going to jump right into another topic.
Right.
What's the title?
Well, this one it's we kind of piggybacking on the last video we did. We talked about, is the devil real?
Mhm.
And we're trying to say, well, if you're gonna talk about devil, you talk about bad, you gotta talk about good. So is God responsible for the things that happen in our lives?
Is he responsible for the good things and bad things, or what do you?
Yeah.
What do you think?
Well, the reason I asked that question is because you always hear people say certain things in church and outside of church that make you scratch your head sometimes. And it's like for example, let's say if there was an earthquake or something, they would say, oh, that was an act of God.
Mhm.
And it's like, well, if it was an act of God and thousands of people were killed, is that really an act of God? Do you really think that he would kill so many people like that?
What's the alternative?
Well, like we said, well, this is my opinion, and anybody in the comments can get in and disagree, because this is why we do these videos, for dialogue and conversation. But I feel like a lot of stuff that happens is free will. Just like we have a choice to make a choice when the devil try to influence us with stuff. The same thing with God. He can put things and ideas in our head, but we have free will whether we want to go down that route or listen to him.
And when you speak about, like, when you say weather, it just takes me down to some conspiracy theory type stuff. Like, you say, if it's not an act of God, what's the alternative? Like, are you talking about HARP and all that stuff, like man-made storms and stuff? Actually, that stuff does exist. Do your research. But when I think about, I'm gonna take it to a personal level. Like, maybe I'm here, and all of a sudden we're on video, and then all of a sudden the lights cut off.
Right.
Oh, God is testing me. Oh, he's taking me through the fire, and all that stuff, right? And then it's like, well, didn't you just go get your nails done? Or didn't you just go out to eat like 10 times this week? Did you manage your money? Well enough? He supplied something for you, but did you manage your money? I'm not saying this is for everybody, by the way, just an example. There are some things that you have control over, instead of you saying that God is trying you and testing you. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I think you're trying to ask, or that's what the point you're trying to prove.
Right. But it goes with the weather too. It's just what you're talking about is more short term, but even the weather could be part of it too, because
yeah,
we plant, like, life is about seed and harvest. So if we having all these earthquakes and hurricanes, how we don't know these are seasons that we planted thousands of years ago, where God might have been influenced us as people not to do certain things in the earth, but we didn't listen. So now we're getting pretty much the repercussions of decisions that mankind has made.
Yeah, that's very apparent. That's real. And also, when you think about, like, even if you don't think about on a spiritual level, or some actions that man done, simple stuff like pollution and all that stuff too affect the weather. It affects the environment and the atmosphere and all that stuff. And we want to credit God or put it on God, blame God for a lot of stuff, and that's just not a fact. So I get what you're saying. But remember, we talked about in the first video about, health, how we could be going through something or whatever. We be like, oh, God is trying me, or God is, he's taking me through this test or whatever he's doing. But really, it was just your bad diet. And I'm not saying that because we all been there. We know what it is.
I'm there right now. What are you talking about?
I've had like a real medical condition that was solved with weight loss. Easy. So that's facts. But at the time, I might have been saying that my headaches or whatever else was going on was God.
Right.
I don't remember if I said that or not, but some stuff is, is like a trained mindset. So I don't know. Maybe I did say that, but I know better now.
Right. Definitely. You could be sitting at your house just chilling, enjoying yourself, and you can have that feeling inside like, maybe I should go to the gym, and you don't listen. So day after day goes by, it goes by. Now you went days, now you're into months, now into years. When all this time, and I'm not just talking to y'all, I'm talking to me right now.
Mhm.
You could have been in shape by now instead of the woulda, coulda, shoulda attitude, but you didn't listen to that little voice inside. He been telling you this is what you need to do, but we don't listen.
That's a period. So yeah, that's just very apparent. And I think really that would sum it up. We gave you guys a couple of examples of how basically you can't blame something on God or even credit God for something that it was really based off of our actions that this has happened. And the point that we're driving home is that we all have choices. We have
Right.
choices, and that just determines what comes after we make those decisions. So just be mindful of that going forward, as you make decisions in your day to day, because a lot of times we make decisions unconsciously or subconsciously that are not good for us. If we're not attentive to our thoughts, attentive to our decision making, then stuff has happened and stuff happens haphazardly. So yeah, that's the point I think we're really trying to get when we're talking about is God to blame or is the devil to blame or all that.
I know there's one more point I want to make, because when most people think about God, they think about the good stuff. But I'm gonna be honest with you, some of the things that we deem as good stuff ain't God neither. Because you see all the time on social media where people's posting, oh, I got the new car, I got the new house and all that. A lot of times it's not God, because you may go years down the line and come to find out you couldn't afford this house like you thought you could. So now, like you said, the lights are turning off, you can't pay the mortgage, you can't pay your car note. And you saying, oh, this was a blessing from God, but how is it a blessing from God when it's a burden to you? You
Yeah,
took it upon yourself to go out there and go get this
that's amazing.
material.
Because
Yeah.
I think it's some things that I've gotten myself when I think about it that have been like a burden. Not lately, not lately at all, but some things that it's been like you gotta work hard to keep that. And sometimes it's not even a material thing. Sometimes it's relationship.
Oh,
You
you
think
gonna
that
hit a hard one there.
and I'm not throwing those shots at nobody, but sometimes you think God bless you with a significant other or a good friend or a spouse, and it's like you had to work 10 times hard to keep it and then still couldn't keep it. And it was a burden. But you swear
Right.
that God bless you with this person or that person, but you had to get to work to keep that person. I know men specifically spend money and money and money on these women and they feel like, oh, because she's beautiful or whatever, that they're gonna spend all this money. And hmm, okay. Did you see that come up on the screen?
No, I didn't.
Awesome.
Not
Okay,
on my side.
I'll take care of it. But men and stuff spend money to keep these women. They can't keep her. They it ain't not gonna be good enough.
Right.
'Cause it's the money. You gonna have to work hard to keep her.
Mm-hmm.
So especially someone who's very materialistic and it doesn't love you just to be with you. Like they want the things you have to offer them. So y'all pay attention.
Oh yeah. I mean, there's a lot of people, and in my past, and people I know who are clearly in one-sided relationships. So
Hmm.
it's like, whether that person a gift for God, I don't know. That's a toss-up, because this person is not in your corner. They only with you based on what you can do for them. So I don't see how they would be a gift from God.
Yeah, think about it. And that's all I gotta say about that. Cause I mean that's a lot of people's situation, and sometimes our situations need reevaluating. And sometimes you just gotta declare bankruptcy on their relationship.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
It's like, hey, I ain't got nothing else to give and see how long she stay or he stay. You're gonna find out real quick.
Again, it's the decision.
Yeah.
It's the decision. You chose to be with this person. So
Mhm. Yeah, but so then it it's important not to be trying to put it on God because really you're trying to diminish God's character by saying that he sent you somebody or he told you to be with this person and it's not really facts. But the great thing about all of that is that we can learn from these situations and we gain wisdom and knowledge from these situations. And then
right.
again, we have the ability to choose better. So it's not all bad because he worked everything together for your good. It's not even for you to feel bad about it. It's just for you to be mindful going forward.
Yeah, I mean, that's the beautiful thing about having a relationship with God, is like even if he puts it on your heart to do something and you choose to do something else, he don't do like we do as people and just drop you and let you fend for yourself. He still stands by you, even in your bad decision and in your mess, to help you get out of it.
Amazing. And truth be
You know?
told, you're going to have some consequences with that, because like we said, whether you believe in God or not, there are consequences for every action, but he'll help you to weather those consequences or storms, what have you, you know. So anyway, I think that's about it.
Right. It all boils down to decisions. Just like the last video, we talked about the devil. Now we talking about God. Yes, they both have influences on us, but we as people, we have a choice to make to decide which one we're going to listen to.
That's correct. So you guys be sure to follow us on our social media channels. I'm sure you're aware of what they are by now. And email us a topic that you want us to discuss, or comment down below if you have some input on this topic. Our email is unadulteratedU@gmail.com. We look forward to hearing from you. Until next time.
Y'all be blessed, everybody, and be safe.
Bye.